Welcome to YBS Lifestyle. It's 14th of June 2024. So we were discussing about trending health topics, and our sixth topic is nutrition and gut health. Think of your gut as a busy city inside your body with lots of tiny workers called bacteria helping things run smoothly. These bacteria play a big role in keeping you healthy, and what you can eat affect them. When we talk about nutrition and gut health, we are talking about how much food we can eat, either help or hurt those harmful bacteria in our gut. Eating a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can help keep our gut bacteria happy and healthy. Here are some few things to keep in mind for good gut health. First thing is fiber. Fiber is like food for the bacteria in your gut. It helps keep things moving smoothly and can also help to reduce the risk of conditions like constipation and diverticulosis. You can find fiber in foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, beans, and nuts. Probiotics. Second point is probiotics. Probiotics are live bacteria that are good for your gut. You can find them in fermented food like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, and kimchi. Eating foods with probiotics can help introduce more healthy bacteria into your gut and support digestion. Third point is prebiotics. Prebiotics are like fertilizers for the good bacteria in your gut. They are found in certain types of fiber that your body can't digest, so they make their own way into the gut and feed the bacteria there. Foods like garlic, onions, bananas, and asparagus are good sources of prebiotics. Fourth point is hydration. Drinking plenty of water is essential for good gut health. It keep it helps to keep things moving smoothly through your digestive system and prevents problems like constipation. Limiting Fifth point is limiting processed foods and sugars. Foods that are high in sugar and processed ingredients can throw off the balance of bacteria in your gut and lead to digestive problems. Try to limit these foods and focus on eating whole, unprocessed foods instead. By paying attention to what we can eat and making choices that support our gut health, can help our bodies running smoothly and feel our best. And when your gut is happy, we're more likely to get happy too. Our next topic is health disparities and equity. Imagine you and your friend both get sick and need to see a doctor. You both go to the same hospital, but you might not get the same level of care. Why? Because health disparities mean that some people have better access to health care and better health outcomes than others. Health disparities happen for lots of reasons. One of the biggest reason is some people have more money, better insurance, or live in areas with more hospitals and doctors. This means that they can get the care they need when they need it. But for others, especially people who are poor and don't have insurance or live in rural areas, get healthcare getting healthcare can be pretty much harder. Health disparities can also happen because of things like race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or disabilities. For example, people of color might be more likely to have certain health conditions because they are more likely to live in the areas with pollution, have jobs with dangerous conditions, or experience discrimination and in healthcare. Health equity is all about trying to make sure everyone has fair chance to be healthy. This means making sure everyone gets access to healthcare no matter who are they or where they live. It also means addressing the social and economic factors that can affect people health, like poverty, racism, and unequal access to education and jobs. So what can we do to promote health equity? We can start by advocating for policies that they make healthcare more affordable and and accessible for everyone. We can also work to address the root cause of health disparities by fighting racism, poverty, and other forms of discrimination. And we can support programs and organizations that work to improve health equity in our communities. By working together to address health disparities and promote health equity, we can help ensure that everyone has the right opportunity to live a long, healthy life regardless of their background or circumstances. Now, let's move on to our next topic, which is about digital health and wearable devices. Digital health and wearable devices are all about using technology to help us stay healthy and track our wellnesses. It's like having a mini health assistant right on your wrist or in your pocket. Wearable devices are gadgets you can wear on your body, like smartwatches, fitness trackers, and even smart clothing. They can do all sort of cool things, like counting your steps, tracking your heart rate, monitoring your sleep, and reminding you to move if you've been sitting too long. Here are some ways digital health and wearable devices can help us. First thing is fitness tracking. Ever wondered how many steps you take in a day or how many calories you burn during a workout? Wearable devices can track all that for you and even get tips on how to reach your fitness goals. Second point is health issues. Some wearable devices can monitor your heart rate and let you know if it's too high or too low. This can be especially helpful for people with heart conditions or those who want to keep an eye on their heart health. Sleep monitoring. Third point is sleep monitoring. Do you ever do you ever wake up feeling tired or groggy? Ever even though you went to bed early? Wearable devices can track your sleep patterns and make you understand how well you're sleeping, so you can make adjustments to improve your overall sleep quality. Fourth point is sleep management, stress management. Believe it or not, some wearable devices can even help to manage your stress. They can track things like your breathing rate and skin temperature. You can give you insights into your stress levels and offer guided breathing exercises and relaxation techniques to help you calm down. Our fifth point is medication reminders. If you are someone who needs to take medication regularly, wearable devices can send some reminders to take your pills and even track when you've taken them so you don't forget. Of course, wearable devices aren't perfect. They're not suitable for seeing a doctor if you are feeling unwell, but they can be handy tools for keeping track of your health and wellness and making small changes to live a healthier life. Plus, they've pretty cool gadgets to have. Wearable devices are gadgets you can wear on your body, like smartwatches, fitness trackers, and even smart clothing. They can do all sort of cool things like counting your steps, tracking your heart rate, monitoring your sleep, and reminding you to move if you have been sitting for too long. So that brings us to the end. Thanks for watching YBS Lifestyle till the end.